Okay.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to workshop number 3, the Women in Business Expo Group Youth Entrepreneurship Program. This Wednesday today, wow,
Yes.
September 14th, 2022, we are here once again, excited to be able to provide you with information in regards to social media. So, our topic of discussion today is social media online business. And we're going to talk about what it takes, when it comes to being an online business owner, using social media, some e-commerce, website stuff, all that good, those good topics is what we'll discuss this afternoon for our workshop number 3, which we're super excited about and glad to have you all here this afternoon. Our guest this afternoon is going to be Mr. Jeff Thung here with JLT Web Solutions. And he's going to provide us with some information. And our host, okay, y'all, for the afternoon is going to be Miss Jewel Howard, CEO and founder of Heavy Duty Janitorial Cleaning Services. But before we jump into the workshop this afternoon, as I always love to do, is to give you some insight, some background on the Women in Business Expo Group. We're a nonprofit organization that started in 2015. And our mission really is to support and empower business minded individuals by providing resources and support that develop leadership skills and enhance healthy personal and professional growth. So we're all about supporting the entrepreneur, that business owner that is looking to get the word out about their business, maybe want to start, grow, expand their business, whatever the needs are. We want to be that support there for them. So the Women in Business Expo Group, that's our mission. And some of the work it is that we do is we've done community events. We do networking events. We also have our very own website, which I'm super excited about. This has definitely been a platform for business owners to be able to come on, put their products and services on this website and actually sell from our site. So we're there to create that extra avenue of income for business owners also too. So for those of you that are out there that want to learn more, definitely you can check out our website at www.wibeg.biz. That's the Women in Business Expo Group. You can also take a look at us on the Facebook page, Women in Business Expo. Also, too, want to talk about why we're here today. This is the Youth Entrepreneurship Program. And this is actually a program that began for us, back in 2017, I want to say it was. Um, we were doing a ladies first event, and the suggestion was that we needed to reach out more to the youth. How could we inspire, motivate, and encourage young people in entrepreneurship? So we've been working on this for a number of years now, but excited to finally launch this program and get it out to the community, to other facilities that are out there, hopefully so we can inspire young people, those that are underserved, those it is that need that resource and support when it comes to entrepreneurship. So we are definitely excited to have you all here this afternoon, glad to be here to provide you with the resource and the support it is that's needed, when it comes to entrepreneurship. So again, like I said, I want to welcome you all and I want to introduce to you once again the host of today's workshop, Miss Jewel Howard, CEO and founder of Heavy Duty Janitorial Cleaning Service. Miss Jewel, take it away.
Hello. Good afternoon. Thank you for everyone being in attendance. I'm really excited for today's workshop as well, because as a entrepreneur, I know how important it is for me to have my presence on social media platforms. So I won't keep my experience. I'll share my experience later on, actually, as a entrepreneur using that platform. But today, reminder, I'm here to make you guys feel welcome, monitor our time, and also provide opportunity for us to discuss anything that you may want to share about the information we have given to you today, and also introduce our guest speakers. So with no longer ado, I'm going to go ahead and introduce our first speaker. Jeff Thung is a digital solution strategist with JLT Web Solutions, a local web design and digital marketing company that supports local small businesses. Jeff brings over a decade of experience in digital media, information and technology, and project management, which is very important. Jeff served 14 years in the Information of Technology department with the Kent School District, assuming various leadership roles, including Student Technology Programs Manager, Application and Web Development Manager, Creative Media Manager, and the most recent role as their Assistant Director of Digital Learning. He is also certified in Project Management Profession, also known as PMP. So I will not keep the floor. I want to get this started. I'm excited to hear what he has to say. So I will pass the torch on to you, Jeff, and welcome.
Well, thank you, Jewel, for that
Okay.
wonderful introduction. I make sure I'll buy you some drink. And thank you, Carmel, for allowing me to share the stage with you all. And thank you, Jesse, for all your wonderful email to keep me in touch of what is going on. I'm excited to be here. So let me see if I can share screen. Oh, may I have the permission to share screen, please? It says host disabled. So anyway, I'm really excited to be here because I feel like opportunity for young people to learn about business is really important, because small business is really the big backbone of American economy. So we would have to make sure that we teach our youngsters how to run business. Thank you, Jewel. I got
You're
it.
welcome. Okay.
So here's who I am. I'm excited to be here, like I say, to be part of this IBEG, Women in Business Expo group, right? Youth Entrepreneurial. And I think, like I say, it's really important for us to understand how small business play a big role in the economy of the United States. And young people oftentimes don't have enough opportunity to be exposed to business opportunities. So a little bit about me. I know Jewel did wonderful introduction. This is my company. I actually own several companies. This is the one that deal with digital marketing. And so today, this is what we talk about. I think we did pretty good job over the last few years in the community. We won a number of awards. Very happy to say that. I have this passion of helping small business owners succeed, helping them navigate the technological challenge. So that is what I'm hoping to. Are you able to see my screen, Jewel?
No, I'm trying to make my screen larger. I'm
Um,
sorry.
I noticed that.
I'm
Hold
having,
on
ooh,
a second. I
ooh.
see. Let me try to share again. I saw that there was something else show up on.
So this is part of social media and
Yes.
online business. Prime example.
Are you?
I'm trying to get it where it could spread out. It just it happened to make me.
Yeah, I see that I am not getting the share screen. So
So it tells me to stop share screen.
yeah, can you stop yours?
Oh,
Because
okay.
you override mine. Okay, now I am.
There we go.
Now
There
you
we
can see,
go.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, all right, here we are. What I was talking about. But instead of spending a lot of time talking about me, because Jules already introduced me, I'm going to talk about what it means to own a business in the digital world, right? You guys missed the first slide. Pretty much youth entrepreneurial. Today, we're going to talk about what does it feel like, what does it look like to own a business in a digital world. Whether you like it or not, we're in this digital world, right? So
Yes.
we help a lot of small business in local as well as across the United States and Canada, helping them navigate the technological challenge, particularly in the digital world, web design, web hosting, digital marketing, Facebook, Google, you mean it, web accessibility, which is one of the hot topic right now. If your website is not accessible, the lawsuits are skyrocketing, 320% last increase in terms of lawsuit on websites that are not accessible. So those are the things that we help small business owner overcome those challenges and a lot more things. But let's take a look at the landscape of the online marketing, the digital world. Basically, we live a digital age, aren't we? Right? People go online to get news, socialize, research, find product, find services, play game, get music, read book, and get married, get divorced, right? You go
Yeah.
online to do all that. Basically, everyone is plugged into this digital world. And we see that after the pandemic actually opened the virtual space even bigger. A lot more business realize that they need to go online to meet their prospective customers. So what does that mean? Just think about it. We are all consumers of the internet in some way, right? Let's take a look at some data. Mobile commerce on mobile device. 80% of millennials have their smartphone at their side day and night. Think about that. If you think about billboard, right? That is a billboard that people don't think about. If you can bring a billboard with them wherever they go, right? That is what it is. And 85% of adults are 18 to 49 years old use multiple devices. For example, they get one mobile phone for their personal use and they got one mobile phone from work, and then they have an iPad, right? And then they have a computer, right? A laptop. So imagine how many times, how much opportunity you have to expose your business to the folks that are holding all this multiple device. I'm giving you this information because I want you to think about the power, the opportunity for your business. Okay. What about e-commerce? 81% of shoppers conduct research online before they make big purchase. Think about it. If you don't have online presence, you're probably going to miss the 81% of those shoppers. And 30% of all US e-commerce purchase are coming from mobile device. It is so important that if you have a website, you have an e-commerce store, make sure that it's mobile friendly. People can shop from their phone. Remember that 85% of the people holding their cell phone all the time, they're the one that are making the purchase. So it's really important to make sure that your online store is mobile friendly. Social media marketing. 74% of people say they use Facebook for professional purpose. And also content consumption on Facebook has increased over 57%. 60% of the business owners don't know how to track the return on their investment. And of course, 1/3 of the world uses social media regularly. 1/3 of the population of this world. So if you are on social media for business, you have a great opportunity. More social media statistics. 85% of consumers expect business to be active on social media. Remember, 85% of them, if you're not on social media, you're not connecting with them. They don't think that you care. That's just the way it is. 83% of marketers indicate that social media is important for their business. And we see that 100% social media has 100% higher lead to close ratio than traditional marketing, such as sending postcard out, direct mail, and things like that. And of course, Facebook is our number one most favorite, or as it is most famous social network. So what does Facebook statistic look like? 92% of people trust word of mouth. Think for a second. This is the oldest and most effective marketing strategy ever invented. It's word of mouth. If I go eat at that restaurant and I tell you, Jewel, it's really good, right? They got really good cornbread. I love Southern cornbread, right? And they make really good Southern cornbread. Most likely, you're gonna go to try it.
Yeah.
And today, instead of just telling you in person, where do we tell? We tell it through Facebook, Instagram, and of course, Yelp. Yelp is such a big deal for restaurants. A half star could mean a restaurant full or not full. So that's how important it is. We see that 70% of business has 3 times greater return on their ad spend on Facebook. 49% get 5 times the return on their investment on Facebook. That's because you got about over 1 billion people actively using Facebook. With 1 billion people, you only need to get a fraction of that population, then you have a good business.
Mm.
So let's talk about some online business options, right? We saw the landscape. We are look at the landscape, how important it is to be online. And there's great opportunity to be online, to make some money online. What is online e-commerce? Okay, a lot of young people like to own a business, online business, e-commerce, affiliate marketing, and so on. We're going to break down some of those, what they mean, what it takes. So e-commerce is really buying and selling product and goods over the internet. That's it. It could be selling to another business, selling to a consumer, or consumer to business. Either way, that's called e-commerce. There are a number of different categories of e-commerce. One is very popular, is called affiliate marketing. Now today, because of our time is so short, we're very brief in terms of diving into the definition. Each one of these can take an hour to expand and really study what it means. What does it look like if you are really wanting to get into these? And I can't simply show you all the different online marketing out there, because there's a lot more like franchising and so on that we won't be talking about. But affiliate marketing is really a marketing arrangement by which a retail store will pay commission to somebody, like external site, for traffic coming to their website or to sell their products. They're the one that have the product. You're the one going to affiliate with them to sell their products, and they pay you a commission. This is one of those that has the lowest overhead. Easy to do. Anybody can do it. There is a downside, a challenge of that is they're not doing the marketing for you. You're actually doing the marketing for them. Okay. The company, the retailers, is hoping that you are using your most effective marketing strategy, which is word of mouth, sharing their products so that you can sell the product and they pay you a commission. That is affiliate marketing. Then different levels of affiliate marketing. Almost every retailer out there that's online are doing some form of affiliate marketing. So there are literally over 20,000 affiliate marketing programs out there. And I actually have a few of these. I have Amazon, I have Target, I have Expedia, I have Macy's, I have Walmart, Best Buy. Yeah, some of these, Apple. So I'm affiliate marketer for some of these companies. I make a small change out of each one of them, but overall, when you collectively combine all of those that you affiliate, you make some money. Not a big money. So that's called affiliate marketing. Okay, there's, like I said, there's a lot more to that, but just giving an idea what it means to be affiliate marketing person. The other one is online marketplace. An online marketplace, an e-commerce site that connects sellers and buyers. Okay. For example, these are 5 different ones that I have some sort of affiliation with. Amazon Associate. Basically, you put your product on Amazon, they sell it for you. You ship it to your customers. Shopify, right? You upload your product to Shopify, you sell it. eBay, same thing. Etsy, your product, you do most of the work. You sell through them, and they are the one that getting commission, not you. You pay them commission to sell it for you. When people search online, they would find your product. Now, I have to say, Etsy and Shopify are a little bit different than Amazon and eBay and shop.com. Shop.com is actually one that's very strict. They have their own internal, I think it's like 4 million VIP customers. So to get on to them, it's very hard. But once you get on them, you're like have access to their 4 million customers worldwide, which is really cool. So these are some examples of marketplace. The third one is really owning your own e-commerce. This is what we do. We help brick and mortar stores, online stores build e-commerce that you can run it yourself. Um, with this one, you have a full control of it. Okay, people come to your e-commerce and buy and sell goods. Brick and mortar stores build their e-commerce and sell their goods online, and you have full control. The difference between these, even though you own the product, you sell your own product on the established platform, it makes it easy to get started. But the challenge is you can't do search engine optimization because you don't own the platform, you don't own the site. Okay, you actually renting the site, using their site. There's some customization, but not much customization you can do. But when you build your own website, this is a sample of some of the website that we build for other for small business, whether it's brick and mortar store or online store. You have full control of it. You can customize the color, the brand, and most importantly is search engine optimization. Because believe it or not, a lot of people think that you whip out a website online and then you start selling things. Those days are over about 20 years ago. Back then, not that many people can get online. So it's easy to be found. Today, there are zillions of websites online. Imagine Google's robot have to sift through zillions of websites. It's not going to return the result to you fast enough. So what they do is they put in requirements every other year, or actually every year, they come up with certain requirements that you have to meet so that your website can meet the requirement, can show up on search results. And that's what search engine optimization, SEO, is all about. It's so critical. Otherwise, you can have a website with beautiful products, nobody see them, nobody buy them. And that is one of the most challenging thing about the affiliate program is, yeah, you got a website attached to one of these guys, but people go to target.com, they don't go to Target and then your site because you are nobody compared to Target itself. And the only time that you sell is really through your word of mouth. So, but right here, when you build your site, you have that opportunity to say, hey, I'm going to make my site show up better than anybody else. And yes, you can do that with strategy, marketing strategy, and technology that can help you do that. So I know that I have prepared a short period of time for this session. I want to just kind of do a quick overview. I think in the future, we can talk more about what does digital marketing means, right? We can talk about that. We can dive into specifically social media. We can dive into SEO. We can dive into other platforms that out there that how can help. So if anybody have any question, we do offer complimentary consultation, students, adults, anybody.
Well, right now, Carmel has a question.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
If you want to come back on the screen, then
Jeff, I wanted to ask you, in your experience, have you noticed a difference in between now with social media, Facebook, and then direct mailing? You know, there was a time when business owners maybe sent out postcards, you know, or did direct mailing to a lot of the consumers. Can you kind of talk a little bit about what you see now digitally and how things have changed?
Yes. So you can cut down a lot of costs in terms of converting to digital marketing. Now, I'm not saying that traditional mailing is dead, is not. There is still a place for that, right? So, but converting to digital marketing allow you to get immediate results. For example, whether Facebook ad or Google ads, right? When someone click it, you get that feedback. Traditional marketing, when you mail out the cards, you never know whether people receive the card or they throw it in the trash can. The only time you know is if they come into your store, they purchase something, and then you actually verify that they got your card. So I'll give you an example. I had a business owner who owns 3 businesses. He was spending about $60,000 a year mailing cards out, and we were able to help him get that kind of result for about $2,500 a month. So, but three business, 60,000 wasn't too bad for him. But if you can bring it down to 2,500, that's a pretty big deal. And you can use that money for elsewhere. Now, where a, digital marketing doesn't work is where the population that doesn't use, if you're targeting a population that doesn't use social media, doesn't use the phone, things like that, then you would have to revert back to the traditional mailing or a newspaper or whatever that population is looking at. And that's what marketing strategy does, is look at your needs and say, okay, if you're looking in that population, then this doesn't work. We have to use other strategy. And one of the things about digital marketing, particularly Facebook ads, is you can be very specific. And I think a lot of people are trying to do Facebook ad and it doesn't work for them because they don't really know how to do it right. I'll give you an example. One of my client, no name, of course, did a Facebook ad and he didn't really get anything other than people calling him from the Philippines. And so we dive into his ads back in. It looks like he was marketing to a population in another country instead of here. So with Facebook, you can drill down to the location, the demographics, and very, very specific. So hopefully answer your question.
Yes, yes. I have another question too. For a business owner that's starting out, what would you recommend? It sounds like either the marketplace or someone, actually going out on their own and then purchasing a domain and having their own website. What would you recommend for that beginner entrepreneur?
Today, you can get a website for very inexpensive, and I think it's worth the investment. I would say having your own, it's a good one, but let me back up a little bit. Let's assuming that that business was e-commerce, right? Selling things. Let's back up a little bit. There is one step that is very critical that I find many business owners missed it. And it's like gold mine. No matter what business you have, make sure you build a really good Google business profile. It's free. It's like the old days of Yellow Page, that you can get one full page on Yellow Page book for free. Amazing what that could do for you. So there's some data shows that if someone had built a really good Google business profile, they can increase their business by 10%. That's no cost. You can do all that yourself. All you need to do is spend some time learning how to do it. I give workshop on that all the time if anybody wants to learn that. Once you build a business profile, because that applies to any business, okay? Google used its own engine to find you. That's number one item on their search. Then if you are e-commerce and you need to sell, depending, if your product requires search engine optimization, meaning your product is not hot enough on the market, people have to search for it, right? And your website is not well known, people don't know you yet, then you would want to use something that you own that you can do search engine optimization. Otherwise, you can still use Etsy or Shopify. It's okay to start with those, but eventually, if you want to go real big, you have to convert it because there's a limitation on the platforms there.
Yeah. Awesome, awesome. Well, thank you, Jeff, for that information there. Just real quickly, too, I have one other question.
Mhm.
As you were discussing the search engine optimization, when starting out with a website, you definitely want to drive traffic to your website.
Mhm.
How does a beginner business owner do that and without having a lot of knowledge about search engine optimization? Again, is that word of mouth, or how does one kind of get that traction going to drive the traffic to their site?
Yes. So I think number one is education. Many people have been misinformed, thinking that costs them a fortune to do SEO. It's not true. There is different levels of SEO that you can do. And we don't believe the really expensive SEO way. So our company actually do like you charge one-time fee to do SEO, where majority of the people out there do a monthly cost, because we believe that every every platform now, well, I should say most, not every, there's still that you need to buy plugin, has the tools in the back end for you to do SEO. We talk about on-site SEO, like the keywords, the title tag, and description tags, right? All it takes a little bit education. Now, you maybe people that haven't are not expert, they probably can't do it perfectly, but it's still better than none and no SEO at all on your website. And once you at least do the SEO on your pages, and then if you make some money, get on what we call offsite SEO, which is get your website listed on like 70 plus online directories, because that's what draws the people to the site. And having that understanding what those little pieces are, it also calms people down. It's not overwhelming and taking step by step, versus if they don't have any knowledge at all, everything seems to be overwhelming, right? It seems like really expensive and overwhelming, which is not the case. It could be done.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate the information you shared with us today. I'm going to forward, or if you want to share anything else, we're closing out your time, Jeff. So we'll be going into a discussion of our personal experience, Carmel and I, as far as social media and online business. But if there's anything else you would like to share with us, Jeff, before you exit, I don't know if you can stay until the 4. I know um, you have business to attend to after us. So I really, really appreciate the fact that you came. And even though we had to postpone it, but I appreciate your time, because I know that, it's really of an essence, and we're all are like busy, doing things. So I appreciate that very much for you to show up today.
Well, thank you. Like I say, I appreciate the opportunity to be here. We're local. When if anybody have any question, like I said, I do complimentary consultation, and also I do workshop at the Kid Chambers on monthly basis. So anybody want to learn anything about effective website, uh, SEO, digital marketing, feel free to hook up with the Kin Chambers, see when those classes are. And I'm happy to come back here to share more sessions if that
Yes,
is
thank you.
beneficial to the population here. So thank you very much, and looking
You're very
forward
welcome.
to see the success of this program.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate
Yes.
that. So go ahead.
Thank you, Jeff, again for your time this afternoon. We are definitely honored to have you here at workshop number 3, social media online business, here at the Women in Business Expo group. So we thank you again for your time, Jeff, for participating. And as Jules said, we want to kind of continue the discussion on this afternoon about social media and kind of share our experience, and how, as being business owners here, that we utilize social media, and I know for us at Women in Business Expo Group, we use Facebook a lot, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, a number of different social media sites, to stay connected with our audience and to let them know, information, what it is that we're doing, what we have upcoming, what's coming next. So I think we mostly use it for advertising purposes. Jewel, go ahead and talk about kind of maybe
My
some of your
experience.
social media experiences. Yeah.
Well, when I started out, I definitely did not have a social media presence. I was a little bit intimidated, not having the education, the background. So I had to get assistant with um, setting up a platform on Facebook. So that was my initial platform that I started out with, was creating a page on Facebook that was connected to my personal page. And then I also have I actually purchased a domain, so that was helpful. So I started with getting that, so I have a presence on the Google platform as well. So a lot of my business has been from the internet. My very first contract was from a young businesswoman who reached out through like Angie's List, because that's kind of where I really started too. Like
Okay.
I started there because I had no knowledge. That was my initial, like I'll say it, so I have to back it up a little bit.
Mhm.
So I did actually start an Angie's List, and then as I was working on getting a page and a domains, um, and so I will be honest, after someone contacted me the first time, it was overwhelming. I will say I was getting a lot of calls
Yeah.
and they were so fast. And I was still working on the first contract, so I had to be like, you know what, let me stop. And I had to tell her, we're going to cut the middleman out. You just contact me directly from now on. And we built our relationship through that way. But then with my Google business profile, I just recently had someone reach out to me for cleaning service, and at first it showed up on my phone as a scam. Normally I'm kind of like hesitant, but I answered it. And so it was a gentleman who was looking for a cleaning service, and I actually asked him, I said, well, how'd you hear about heavy duty janitorial
Mhm.
service? And he said, oh, I Googled you.
Yeah.
Well, didn't Google me, rather. Let's say he Googled looking for a cleaning service, but my tag came up heavy duty janitorial service.
Mhm.
And so it's an industrial production manufacturer type building. So I was a good fit, and he reached out to me. And today I actually was offered the contract. So my presence has actually worked for me. I'm not nowhere near some of the websites you shared with us today, Jeff.
Mhm.
And but the fact that I'm there, there's something present. I actually have a few people who have um, given me a some feedback of my service, which was 5 star. So I'm just excited. Like this is really a workshop that I am intrigued about because I am learning as well, and I'm still learning. And something that is really important, I will say from my experience, is management.
Yeah.
Managing it, keeping it up to par.
Yeah.
I am lacking. I will say
Mhm.
that's a challenge for me. But the fact that my presence is there and people are looking for janitorial or cleaning services, the fact that my name is coming up, my business coming up, it just makes me feel good, and it makes me reassured that okay,
Yeah.
there is a benefit from being online, because it was very much so intimidating for a person who's not really social savvy as far as when it comes to the internet.
Right.
So yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about the media management, like you mentioned. You know, I wonder, as business owners and especially starting out, I know how difficult it can be, to post 3 or 4 times a week, when you're trying to manage, like you said, contracts. I'm trying to get the word out about my business.
Yeah. I do actually a
Maintaining.
lot of word of mouth.
Hmm.
I do a lot of word of mouth, and that's something I still want to do. I'm from old school, I'm old school, so it's kind of like I know in the past how much it has worked with me getting jobs by
Hmm.
word of mouth and hitting the pavement. I know, we do live in a digital age now, but there are a lot of people still out there who look for that face to face
Right.
experience. But even though COVID is kind of hard to do these type of things, but with the right PPE you can still go into a business and introduce yourself and drop a card off, if
Yeah.
nothing else. So
Yeah.
I've actually had a lot of response through that way, just going in. Someone say, well, what are you doing? Or how you doing? I'm say, yeah, I'm running the family business. Oh, what are you doing? I do I own my own janitorial service.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, well, just recently my son's charter school, the principal's like, well, give me a card because we need some cleaning around here. So I gave
Mhm.
her a card. So it's like it's all about who where you're at and who you network with.
Yes.
Because a personal experience when I was working for someone else, when I started out in this business. I was doing commercial cleaning for York. I don't mind saying their name, but York out in Linwood. And I remember the gentleman, when I was returning my keys to him, he said, it's hard to get in commercial. It's hard to get in commercial business because I did not want to do residential
Mhm.
at the time, and I still don't. But I wanted to do commercial. I know what I was aiming for as far as doing youth entrepreneurship, trying to get other people involved. And he was like, it's hard to get in there, but it's who you know.
Right.
So I knew I had to be strategic. So my first thing was to get online on Angie's List,
Yeah.
and it brought me some traffic, brought me a lot of traffic,
Yeah.
and I still get traffic from them. And
Okay.
but it's majority residential.
Mhm.
But I was feeling good when the gentleman contacted me and said he seen me on on the Google search.
Yeah.
So that lets me know my presence is there, but also people are seeing it. So regardless if they don't select me for their business, they still see
Yeah.
me.
Yeah. And that's important. I think having that visibility, online where people actually see you and can find you because, like Jeff said, I think in this day and age, if you're not seen online in some way, shape, or form, it's kind of like you really don't exist
Right.
anymore. And so, it's very important, to be a part of the social media committee. I
Mhm.
mean, community.
Community. Yes.
Community is what I'm
Yes.
saying.
Yes.
Yes, it's important, to be a part of that, it sounds like, and
Yes.
especially when you're starting a business, when you're getting out there and to get the word out,
Yes.
it
I agree.
definitely it helps, so much, I believe so. And like Jewel, I use social media, to get the word out about the work it is that we're doing, upcoming events, what's happening next. I enjoy social media for advertising purposes, mostly so much. I don't sell as much as I used to, but it works just advertising wise, I think. And I think it's a great start, for those out there that are just beginning in business. And I would definitely suggest, beginning business owners look into social media, and if you need the help, like Jeff said, there's definitely the Kent Chamber or probably other chambers it is, workshops out there that we can reach into for the education it is that we need for those it is that are just getting started in social media. So I would definitely suggest that
Yeah.
too. So yeah, so definitely it sounds like a lot of good information here this afternoon, a great topic of discussion, social media, online business, the e-commerce, what Jeff talked about. Those are
Mhm.
all important aspects, when it
Yes.
comes to starting, growing, expanding, and marketing your business out there, and getting the word out, letting others know about the work it is that you're doing, the product it is that you provide,
Yes.
the service it is that you offer. So you definitely want to, keep that in mind as you start to chug forward in business,
Mhm.
is utilizing your social media as that word of mouth, that advertising to let others know about what you're doing. Any last words, Jewel, before we kind of close out?
Actually, no, I'm just excited to be here. I'm glad we finally got back on track, and that's pretty much. I mean, thank you again, Jeff, for being here. Thank you, Jesse,
Yes.
for facilitating the startup, and just looking forward to moving forward and finishing up what we're starting.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, we are glad to have you all here this afternoon with us. Again, the Women in Business Expo Group Youth Entrepreneurship Program. This is workshop number 3. So we are moving right along. Looking forward to workshop number 4, and that's our community resource workshop there. So you definitely want to stay tuned for more information and details. Continue to stay tuned in here for that upcoming information. Again, we want to thank Jeff this afternoon for taking part in our social media online business owner workshop number 3, Women in Business Expo Group Youth Entrepreneurship Program. So until next time,
Oh,
y'all,
it's fine. It's
take
fine.
care.
Thank you.